My name's Perry Kurtz, and I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Originally from Philadelphia?
I got a ride home.
You can do the whole show if you want. Now, tell me, what is your... You've got a keytar here.
This is called a keytar.
What is your bar trick?
I'm going to play the lead to Louie Louie on my keytar in a very unique way.
I'm so worried this involves your penis.
I would need a bigger keytar.
The doers. They hit that confirmation.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rennick.
Really? Really?
Boy, if it wasn't in this courtroom, I would drop kick.
Yeah.
Mr.
You want a
Rennick?
piece of me? You want a piece of me right now?
Sir.
Come.
Wait.
Oh, really?
Yes, we want $400K flat and all the copyrights.
That is not going to happen. Ray is going bankrupt. I put all my money into paying his bills, and now you want us to suck it out of the air and give these two losers that disappeared years ago all the money that we got left? It's not going to happen.
Well, I think we need to see you as a defendant.
You're on.
Here I am hanging out with Wayne Brady. I'm up here trying to do stuff, not be shady. I'm looking at the crowd, they're going kind of crazy. I'm up here trying to do it and not be lazy. So I break and then I move. I get down and I do a groove. I came down here, it's not funny. I came down to see Wayne because I want to win money. What?
Well, anyway, you drove down on your motorcycle. What happened?
So I drove down and I go to the address, and I had the right address, but evidently I had the wrong apartment number. So I jumped on the bike, and as I was pulling away, some guy comes running out and says, "Hey, are you looking for Shoshana?"
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Really?
Really?
Who'd you think he was?
I thought he was her boyfriend coming out to kick my butt.
Push it through a strainer, gets it real fine so it mixes evenly. Good for their eyes, helps them to see you when you hold up the treat.
I've never seen the ball before. Do it all day. Practice all day.
I am happy to be alive. I am 69 years old. And I can do that joke all year long. I said that to a 23-year-old. He said, what do you mean you can do that?
Welcome to Ramelle Carte Blog Live, and I am here with your veteran comedian, Perry Kurtz. He has been doing comedy for many years, and he is on the show today. We are going to talk about some serious topics today.
Yeah.
We are serious topics today.
Yeah.
We are taking the Women Inside segment into a new level. So Perry has decided to join us today. Just tell us about your comedy career.
Well, I started in 1974 in Philadelphia when I stopped drinking alcohol. I had one experience, which is a great 5-minute story, but we don't want to get into that now. And I started doing comedy because people always said, you know, you're funny, you should be a comedian. And I started being funny when I was about 10 years old, when my father started smacking me around. And I'd say, hi, Dad, and he would backhand me. And then he got to the point where he would just punched me across the face. And I don't know if you can see it, but my nose makes a right-hand turn. My nose has been broken 6 times by my father. And in, I would say, 95% of the cases, I never spoke back. I never said anything that deserved that. He just had a bad day at work. And because I was standing there and I was the first one to greet him, I got it. Then one day he was going to hit my little brother, who was 6. And I said, Dad, no, he was 4. And I said, Dad, why do you always have to hit us? And he said to me, do I have to take off my belt? And I said, that would be great because it's smaller than your hand. Well, he laughed and he walked out of the room. And the next time he got angry at me, I said something about whatever was going on right now. Like he was talking to me and he was adjusting his suspenders. He wore suspenders too, which is where I got it. And he was adjusting it. I said, you want me to help you with that? He says, I know how to do my damn suspenders. And I said, well, I'm just trying to offer you a hand, but only one at a time. He found that funny. And I learned that if you are funny, it diffuses anger. And I just started making jokes, and I was funny all my life. And then in 74, I went to this open mic contest in New Jersey, and I got up and I talked for 5 minutes, and I walked out with $500. I said, oh, how long have you been doing comedy? So I started doing comedy in Philly. And then in 79, I moved to San Francisco, and the first paying job I got was the manager, the MC, and the dancer at the only male strip show for women in San Francisco. And that was quite a pleasurable life for 4 years because we were the only male strip show in the city, and it was before AIDS. So I grew up with a very abusive father, smacked me around. And I was afraid to tell my mother because he told me if I told her, he would kill me. So I grew up with physical abuse. And I remember when I was 18, that was the last time he raised his hand to me because he went to hit my mother and I picked up a kitchen chair, which was cast iron, and I smashed him over the head, bent the chair and put him in the hospital to 127 stitches. And he never touched any of us because the people that abuse you try to convince you that it's your fault that they're angry, that it's your fault that this happened, that it's your fault that they had a car accident because they were a bad. And I heard a lot of women that have been through this, and they say, I just want to die. I've given speeches at a couple battered women's centers, and I've spoken to the women afterwards, and they felt a lot better because they thought that it doesn't happen to men. Well, it does. And, you know, one woman comes out, and then a second woman comes out, and then a third and a fourth and fifth. There's strength in numbers. And unfortunately, when you're alone, and you don't feel you have much strength. So the best thing you can do is go to someone, go to a center, speak to somebody about what happened, and be honest. Tell them if there's something that led up to this that you might have instigated the anger. It's a self-generating thing with them that they can't get this anger out without hurting somebody. So it's not that unusual, and it happens in a lot more homes than you would ever imagine. Only judge people on how they treat you, how they interact. I don't care what they look like, what they sound like, where they're from, or what you've heard about them. All that matter is what happens between the two of you. And that's why you got to have good friends. I've been a comedian for 46 years, and no one has ever helped me with anything. My father, when it would snow in Philadelphia, and the snow would come up over our front door, one day he threw me out the second-story window into the snowdrift when I was about 12 years old to dig us out of the snow. It's the fault of the abuser. Unfortunately, you got the brunt of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very, very great words to hear from you, Perry. And we will. I feel like we're friends. We just chopped it up earlier, and you gave me some really good advice and good information. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for reaching out to me and being on Ramelle Carte Blog Live. Okay. So I'd like, before we go, just some more motivational information, if you can do so, please.
Came from abuse. It is usually passed on. They had some sort of mental or physical abuse when they're growing up. If they were rich, then they had parents that didn't really care about them, that only cared about money, that would yell at them and send them to the room. Try and be aware that sometimes people had abuse. If you meet somebody, talk to them about their background so that it doesn't come as a surprise. What was your upbringing like? Were your parents loving? Were they short? Were they tough? Were they hard on you? But find out about this so you know what you're walking into. Look, everybody wants to have a relationship right now with the pandemic. You know, people are having virtual relationships, you know, and I'm sorry, but it's really hard to have sex with a computer screen. Not impossible, but it's very difficult. So try, and when you meet people, talk to them a lot. Now, a lot of people say, I'm short on time. I just want to meet somebody. I like them. They're cute. I just want to hook up. That could be the worst thing you can do, because I know so many people, and primarily women, that have taken guys back to their house and went back, and the guy was a total jerk. Surprise. And I hate to say that men are jerks, but I'm a man, and my best friends all my life have been women, because women don't tend to be jerks. Men are always proving themselves. They have to be He-Man of the human verse. We're all going, what a jerk. And he goes, blah, 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 blah. And then he comes back the other way and he stops right in front of us. And 3 of the girls yelled, hey, come back when you have an adult-sized penis. See, to be army men, to be warriors, to be boxers, to be tough guys. And when they do that, they forget that they have a soft side. And they do have a soft side, but it's all locked up. So if you meet somebody, try and find what's really in there. See if there's some seething anger before you walk into a hotel room or an apartment with somebody. Don't take that chance. If you are in a situation and someone starts to get angry at you and they start moving their arms around, they're looking for a target. Move away from them and just try to agree. Don't say, yes, you're right. Just go, I understand. I understand. I understand. And if they start swinging, get the hell out of there. And if they do touch you, go to the authorities. It is against the law to hit somebody or abuse somebody. Verbal abuse is considered assault. It is a ticketable and an arrestable offense. Don't be afraid. And most importantly, get help. Talk to your friends, especially your friends. You know, call up Ramelle. She's got nothing else to do right now.
Yes, email me. I'm totally free, and well, not totally free, but
I know there is a charge. And I hope it's not by the hour. But care about yourself. Love yourself. The bad people are the ones that can't deal with the bad that's inside of them, and they project it on other people. And in most cases, it's your fault. It's not their fault. They will never admit they were wrong. And when they make a mistake, you know who's going to get blamed for it? You.
yeah.
So try and be careful about who you hook up with.
Yes, be careful.
Yeah, don't just walk off with a stranger because he's a pretty boy. You know, even a pretty woman. If you walk off with a woman and she's bumping you around and stuff like that, and she's telling you what to do, that's not what you want. You want equal. People are not supposed to be like this. They're supposed to be like that. If you can't meld and be part with somebody else or part of somebody, then you shouldn't be.
Get to know the person first. Get to know them. Really get to know them. Do Zooms. Well, Zooms are probably safer, you know, safer right now.
It is, and it'll give you the time to really see the person.
Yes.
You know, watch their eyes. If they can't look you in the eyes, if they're talking to you and they're going like this, after you ask them a question,
Okay,
they're
correct.
lying. They're lying. You know, if you need to talk to me, I'm Perry Kurtz. You can find me in all the social networks. I'm on everything. And I'll be glad to talk to you. I love to talk to people. I love to help people. I am a born fixer. That's the way my mother raised me. Whenever I've gone to somebody's house, if their computer's messed up or the refrigerator door doesn't close or one of their friends is upset, I am the first one to jump in there and take care of that situation. That's how I've lived. But never give up, never give up, never give up, as they
Never
say.
give up. You heard it here. And thank you so much for being here, Mr. Perry Kurtz. Tell us where you're going to be in the comedy world.
Well, if you're in Los Angeles, next Friday, we are doing what's called a carpool comedy show where the comedians will be in the back of a pickup truck, which I have to go pick up. They want me to drive the pickup truck. Yeah. And the people will be in their cars. So they're going to drive up and we're going to broadcast the sound through their radios so they can hear what we're saying. And there is a $40 charge per car, but you can stick 8 people in a car. And we're doing that in Van Nuys. You can find that on my Perry Kurtz page on Facebook. I think I've got it on Instagram. And then on Thursdays, we do shows at the Fountain in Griffith Park at 6:30, and every Saturday we are in the parking lot of Fry's Electronics in Burbank, and we start that show at 8 o'clock. We were out there, people standing around, sitting in their cars, people in folding chairs on blankets with coolers and bongs, and one guy brings a 3-person couch, and they're in the back of the cars. We were there till 11:30. Google Perry Kurtz, PerryKurtz. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, everywhere else you can think. I'm everywhere. She's looking it down. She's going, that's enough. We got to go. So look me up.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Perry Kurtz, for being here. And thank you for watching. Ramelle Carte Blog is live.
101 turkeys into the Park Central picnic area in Greenville Sunday at 3 p.m. All you gotta do is catch one. There are no weapons or small children allowed at the hunt. Just you, me, and the other turkeys. This is your last chance to bag your own Wampler Longacre fresh turkey for Thanksgiving. For more details, just call Rock 101. So come on down and meet me and eat me for the last time. Here they go again. I'm out of here.
Yes, hi, this is Ramelle with Ramelle Carte Blog Live, and I just want to tell you we just wrapped 9 episodes. 9 episodes. I have been talking to wonderful people who have decided to share their story of overcoming. I had Perry Kurtz, who is a comedian, and he spoke about, his overcoming a domestic or abusive relationship. I also had singer David Sosa, who spoke about the same thing. That's what Ramelle Carte Blog is about. Just venting, just letting out any frustration, just talking about it, just being able to share something that you have overcome. It doesn't have to be what I overcame, which has been domestic violence. It could be any type of survival story. So actually today I just wrapped a show where I spoke to Wilson Shante, and she is a former prostitute, sex worker, and she talked about overcoming and overpowering herself to become the woman that she is today. I'm so excited to share these stories, and I'm so happy and privileged that people are willing to share their story on my show, Ramelle Carte Blog, Pasadena Media, PasadenaMedia.org, the Aurora channel. It's on Mondays, 9:30 a.m. as well as 9:30 p.m. Please check it out. Please go to PasadenaMedia.org, download the app, watch Ramelle Carte Blog Live. I have this signature at the end of my show. I say, Ramelle Carte Blog is live. Thank you.